Hey, what's up guys? This is Joe. In this video, I'm going to show you how to break apart cells using functions so you can automatically put in parts of a cell into, like break it apart into and put it into individual cells. So what I'm going to do is, here's the Draftkings Salary export. This game info, there's a lot of information in this cell. Like there's the game, the team Denver at Dallas, there's the date, and there's the time. What if we want to put those all into 3 different cells, but not go through like the text to columns and do manual work? We can set this up on this other sheet to automatically pull it in when you copy and paste the salary export onto this sheet. So say we want to pull in the game here, the date, and the time. We can do that with formulas. I will show you how to do that in 1 second. I just want to quickly bring up, if you like this video, if you could give it the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. If you really want to get further into this, I have a video course on there called at spreadsheetschooldfs.com. I'll have the link below the video, where I have about 6 hours of video showing how to use spreadsheets to improve your research for DFS, for Daily Fantasy. And also got lineup optimizer tools at optimizelineups.com, where you can, with one-time payments, not any monthly schedule, and monthly payments, you can get a lineup optimizer for almost any of the sports that we have out there. So if you want to check those out, and let's get into the video here. So, all right, so we want to break these apart using text functions, and first we want to break apart the game. So I'm going to do equals, and we're going to start with the left function. And what's the text? The text is right here. So we're going to pull this cell, and the next part is number of characters. How many characters do we want to pull? We want to pull DEN at DAL, so that's 7 characters. Some of them seem like New York only has 2 characters, so that would only be 6. So I'm going to put 7 just to be safe, because then if we put a space at the end, it's no big deal. But there's never any teams that have 4 characters in it. So the most it can be would be 7. We put a comma, and that's a nice and easy one. So we get Denver at Dallas, and if we copy it down, we'll see all the games here. Next is date. This one's a little more difficult, because we need to pull it out right out of the middle part of the cell. So we're going to do equals mid. Mid pulls in data right from the middle. So what's the text? The text is the cell that we want to pull from, which would be here, which is G2, comma. Then what's next? What's the starting number? The starting number is the characters. So like in this case, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So the date would start on with the 9th character. However, that doesn't always work, because like look on here, New York, the 9th character would not be the 0, it would start at the 3. So that won't always be the case. So we need to find a way around that. So we can do that by using another formula. So for the start number, we're going to start off by doing find. So we're going to do the find, because we're going to find something in here. And what do we want to look for? We want to look for the space, because it starts here and it looks, and we want to find where there's a space. We can't look for the 0, because what if the month isn't 0? What if it's month 10 or so? Then it would be looking for a 1. So if we look for a space, so quote, comma, quote, and within what text? So it's going to be within this text right here. So we do end parentheses. What that's going to do, the find is going to tell you what character is the space at. So it would return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It would return an 8. But since we don't want it to start at the space, we want it to start 1 past the space. We want to do +1. So now it's telling you, it's looking for the space. Like here, it's in the 7th spot. +1 would be 8. So it's going to tell us exactly where to start this pull from. Then we do a comma, and then the number of characters. That's always the same. So it's 1, 2. I'm just counting how many characters we want to pull in this date. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we want 10 characters. Now we do end parentheses, press enter, and there we go. So if we copy this down, it'll work all the way down. And it's not going to give you an error like on this one, because New York and Atlanta, and what it's doing, instead of you telling it where to start, you're telling it where to start by giving it a find, by saying find the space and then start one character after that. So I hope that makes sense. It's a little tricky, but once you master it, once you do it a couple times, you'll master it. It's not a big deal. And the last one is time. And we're going to do equals right. And we're going to do this here, comma. And it's really going to be the same thing, because this is all the correct number of characters. So we're going to count how many spaces there are from the right. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 characters. Because we're always going to pull the same. It's always going to be 10 characters, because no matter where this is, you see how it kind of ends at the end at different spots. But if we put a 10 here, we want to pull the rightmost 10 characters, and it's going to always put the time there. See, now we've got the time, and all these line up, and we are able to do this automatically without having to change anything. And then when you copy and paste your salary export in there, this will update. And you could do a find also, instead of saying, like here on time, instead of saying 10 characters, we could do a find if there was something that we wanted to find, like if we had to find a certain character to pull the rightmost cells from. But since we don't have to do that, we're just going to do the rightmost characters, the 10 most characters, and it'll pull it automatically. So really, the game and the time aren't that difficult, but the mid one is a little more tricky, because you got to put the find in there. But that should help you be able to pull some data a little easier from a salary export. Hope you found something interesting in it and learned something. And if you got any questions, let me know. So just give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and check out my spreadsheet school at spreadsheetschooldfs.com, or my lineup optimizers at optimizelineups.com to check out my spreadsheet lineup optimizers. You could even get the golf one for free if you go onto the site. So if you got any questions, let me know. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you later. Bye.